Let's say we're programming a self-driving car, and the first thing we want it to be able to do is recognize a simple traffic light and use control flow to start driving when it sees a green light. We first need to know whether the light is green or not, and if it is, then we want to drive. So let's translate this into Java code. We first need to know if the light is green, and we can store this information as a Boolean variable, which I'll call isLightGreen, and this will either be true or false. Then let's create our if statement. We want our test condition to check if isLightGreen is true, so we'll say if isLightGreen. And if this test condition is true, we'll enter whatever code is contained inside the curly braces of our if statement, and we'll execute that code. And inside our if statement, we'll just print out the action we want our car to take, which is to drive. If our test condition isn't met, if isLightGreen is false, Java will skip over our if code and go to the end of this closing curly brace. And if there were more lines of code down here, it would continue reading lines of code from here. So this is our finished if statement. So if isLightGreen is true and we run this code, we'll enter our if statement block of code, and the print output will be drive. If our test condition isLightGreen was false, we wouldn't print out anything. It's also worth noting that we could add even more if statements after this one, if we want to check and act on other test conditions. Next, let's practice writing our own if statements.